Like any star, it will run out of fuel in its core, and it starts changing. It starts bloating and getting so large that it will engulf the orbit of Mercury and Venus and come very close to Earth. So imagine looking on the horizon and sunrise is half.
Betelgeuse is a brightly shining star in the night sky and displays an orange-red color that catches the eye. Its brightness isn't constant but changes over time. Interestingly, Betelgeuse can even become brighter than some other stars, reaching an almost 0.0 magnitude. However, famous science communicator deGrasse Tyson has claimed that Betelgeuse can potentially explode, leading to a remarkable and potentially terrifying event. So if Betelgeuse explodes, how it will affect us on Earth and how we can protect our planet? Let's find out. Betelgeuse is a red supergiant star situated in the Orion constellation, located about 642.5 light-years away from Earth. Its considerable distance makes it a subject of fascination for astronomers. The Hipparcos astrometric satellite data indicates that Betelgeuse is approximately 430 light-years away from us. This information underscores the vastness of the universe and the significant distances between celestial bodies. Betelgeuse's apparent brightness can range from 0.0 to 1.6, classifying it as a variable star. Betelgeuse is also known as Alpha Orionis, the second brightest star in Orion, after Rigel. The designations Alpha Orionis and Beta Orionis for Betelgeuse and Rigel, respectively, were introduced in Johann Bayer's book Uranometria in 1603. Betelgeuse is an independent star, not part of any larger astronomical group, and is classified as a runaway star. With a radius around 764 times that of the Sun and a mass approximately 16.5 times that of the Sun, Betelgeuse is a red giant emitting brightness equivalent to 126,000 suns. This high brightness remains visible from Earth despite its distance of 548 light-years. Betelgeuse's surface temperature is cooler than the Sun, around 5778 Kelvin, despite its massive size. The star's actual surface temperature is only about 3600 Kelvin. Betelgeuse is relatively young, around 10 million years old, compared to the Sun's age of 4.6 billion years. Despite its youth, Betelgeuse is fully developed. The potential explosion of a nearby supernova, even tens of light-years away, could have significant consequences, emitting light similar to an entire galaxy. However, since 1604, a supernova hasn't been observed in our galaxy. In 1987, a supernova erupted in the Large Magellanic Cloud, visible even from a distance of 169,000 light-years. This specific supernova remnant, G292.0 plus 1.8, contains a large amount of oxygen. Although there was no real danger due to the considerable distance of the large cloud, the concept of a danger zone around a supernova explosion is intriguing. This zone is estimated to be about 100 light-years, which includes Alpha Centauri, but not Betelgeuse. Now let's address the crucial question: has Betelgeuse exploded? Betelgeuse, the closest red supergiant star to Earth, is destined to explode, but the timing remains uncertain. In late 2019, Betelgeuse experienced significant dimming, causing widespread interest. While this dimming sparked speculation of an imminent event, Betelgeuse has not erupted since then. This well-known star in Orion's constellation has gone through periods of dimming, brightening, and now seems to be returning to a less active phase. Nonetheless, the possibility of further dimming remains. Betelgeuse, which marks Orion's right shoulder, emits a noticeable crimson hue. It's particularly visible during the first few months of the year, making it a prominent feature in the evening sky. Astronomers have concluded, based on data gathered from NASA's Hubble Space Telescope and various observatories, that the red supergiant star Betelgeuse experienced a significant eruption in 2019. During this event, Betelgeuse emitted a substantial mass of material from its surface, resulting in a visible loss of its outer layer. This phenomenon, known as a surface mass ejection, SME, is an unprecedented occurrence in star behavior. Unlike the Sun's frequent coronal mass ejections, CMAs, where parts of the outer corona are expelled, the Betelgeuse SME released a staggering 400 billion times more mass than an average CME. This ejected hot gas temporarily obscured some of the star's light, leading to the peculiar darkening of Betelgeuse. While estimates vary, Betelgeuse could be as near as 724 light-years from Earth. Determining distances to red supergiant stars like Betelgeuse remains a complex challenge in astronomy. Despite its considerable distance, Betelgeuse's inherent luminosity makes it one of the most prominent stars in the sky, shining about 100,000 times brighter than the Sun. However, this immense energy expenditure hastens Betelgeuse's depletion of fuel, ultimately leading to its demise. The star will eventually exhaust its fuel, undergo gravitational collapse, and culminate in a spectacular supernova explosion. This explosion will render Betelgeuse extraordinarily bright for a few weeks or months, potentially rivaling the full moon's luminosity and even being visible during daylight hours. The sudden dimming of Betelgeuse in 2019 prompted questions about its cause. This red supergiant experienced a noticeable decrease in brightness, with its apparent magnitude shifting from 0.5 to 1.7. Early in 2020, Betelgeuse began regaining its luminosity, effectively ending this dimming phase. Speculation arose that this unexplained event might foreshadow an imminent eruption. Astronomer Miguel Montage and his team employed the VLT, Very Large Telescope, to investigate the reasons behind Betelgeuse's behavior. They presented two explanations for the phenomenon. The first involves the star's large convective cells, generating regions of varying temperature on its surface. The second explanation attributes the significant dimming to a dust cloud that obscured the star's light from our perspective. Interestingly, this dust cloud was also produced by Betelgeuse. The timing of Betelgeuse's eventual eruption remains uncertain. Nonetheless, this supernova explosion would be visible from Earth even during daylight hours due to its relatively close proximity in terms of stellar distance. Fortunately, the explosion's considerable distance of more than 500 light-years ensures that its massive release of matter will have no direct impact on our planet. Astrophysicists estimate that a supernova would need to be about 50 light-years away to have any impact on Earth. In 2021, the red hypergent star VY Canis Majoris experienced significant dimming, much like Betelgeuse. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope attributed this dimming to a similar process as Betelgeuse's fading, but on a much larger scale. Predicting the precise timing of such an event is challenging. It's unlikely to happen during our lifetimes, and the exact timing remains uncertain. The explosion could occur anywhere from today to 1,000,000 years from now, while Betelgeuse is nearing the end of its life cycle and could potentially explode within the next 100,000 years. Recent dimming over the past months has garnered significant attention. Betelgeuse's pulsations, which have been observed previously, likely contribute to its dimming. However, this particular episode of fading is distinct. Betelgeuse is renowned as one of the brightest stars, boasting a magnitude of 0.69 and ranking as the 11th brightest. Nevertheless, recent estimates suggest a diminished magnitude of around 1.7, moving it out of the top 21 brightest stars. Consequently, Betelgeuse has exhibited an unusually diminished brightness. Speculation has circulated in the media, suggesting that this fading might indicate an impending supernova explosion. However, the consensus among professional astronomers and astrophysicists is that this theory is unlikely. They propose that the star will eventually return to its normal state, attributing the dimming to other factors such as gas or dust explosions or variations on the star's surface. As such, while Betelgeuse will eventually meet its end, it is not expected to happen anytime soon. Hypothetically, what if Betelgeuse were to erupt? How would the event manifest on Earth? In history, we've witnessed the appearance of three remarkably bright supernovae in 1006, 1054, and 1572. These stars rivaled Venus in brilliance or even matched it. Yet, these events occurred thousands of light years apart. Betelgeuse, at a mere 640 light years away, presents a different scenario. If the star were to suddenly explode, it would become exceedingly bright, potentially rivaling the luminosity of the full moon. This brightness could cast distinct shadows even during daylight hours, rendering the event unmistakable. Over time, the once familiar Betelgeuse would transform into a diffuse patch of faint light. This transformation would unveil the intensely hot core of the star, surrounded by expanding gaseous debris. This extraordinary brightness would persist for several months before gradually fading over the course of 2 to 3 years. Barring other potential repercussions, this would constitute the extent of the explosion's observable effects on Earth. Betelgeuse's fortunate distance from Earth, in comparison to stars like Capella, prevents any direct impact. If Betelgeuse were closer, its explosion would have more profound consequences. The prominence of Arabic in star naming highlights the influence of Arabic astronomers during Europe's Dark Ages. The name Betelgeuse originates from an Arabic phrase, translated as the armpit of the giant. This phrase, linked to Betelgeuse, sometimes conveys the image of a hand or shoulder. This differs from the commonly associated interpretation with Orion. On older star maps, Betelgeuse appears on Orion's right shoulder, although the name's exact meaning remains unclear. Notably, Betelgeuse often features anatomical connections in its portrayals, given Orion's association with various anthropomorphic or animal figures in ancient narratives. Diverse cultures perceived Betelgeuse differently. Sanskrit referred to it as an amputated limb, while Brazilian regions associated it with the leg of a turtle or a caiman's rear leg. In Japanese tradition, it was even seen as part of a ceremonial drum's rim. Betelgeuse is a limb of a figure in Orion among the Inuit, while Macedonian tradition depicted it as part of domesticated animals and farmland. It played a role in signaling seasonal activities, like plowing fields. For the Batak of Sumatra, Betelgeuse marked the start of the new year when seen alongside Antares, with both stars symbolizing scorpions. Ancient societies noted Orion's rivalry with Scorpius and the bright red variable stars, Betelgeuse and Antares. Orion's setting and Scorpius' rise represented the former's defeat by the scorpion, reflecting cultural myths. Different traditions attached significance to these celestial events, each contributing to a rich tapestry of interpretations. Your thoughts on this matter are welcome in the comments section below. Don't forget to show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel.